Good morning, all. My name is Jason Matthews, and this is my group and I SWOT analysis of XPO Logistics. We will begin by introducing you to the firm and the market in which they operate in. Dylan Keogh will begin the SWOT analysis by taking us through the strengths of the firm. I will then discuss the weaknesses that has risen for XPO Logistics. Sean Smith will talk about the opportunities that the company has discovered, and then Hugh O'Donnell will finish off the SWOT analysis by discussing any threats that XPO Logistics has before concluding the presentation. To start off, XPO Logistics operates in the logistics sector of the transport market. The present global logistics market is driven by supply and demand. Trade agreements between nations is the major demand driver. Logistics controls the effective forward and reverse flow of goods and services from origin to recipients. The logistics market is important as every nation needs a steady supply of imports and exports. Main drivers. The demand for logistics has been expanded with the increase in global trade activities in order to keep pace with the rising needs of imports and exports. The growing demand for online shopping, which is better known as e-commerce, has led to a rapid increase in logistics delivery activity as there's a less reliance on retail stores as more people are at home and therefore are shopping online. I will now pass you on to Sean, who will discuss some financial trends.
Thank you, Jason. In 2018, the global logistics market was worth 5.5 trillion euros. The Asia Pacific region is the largest logistics market because it is worth 2.4 trillion. The reason for this, as you might know, is they supply most of the necessary goods traded globally. The global pandemic has accelerated the dependency on this market, and as you can imagine, again, this region is much more valuable to the logistics sector now. In 2018, the North America market was worth 1.4 trillion. This is largely because of the border of Mexico and the US, and they process 550,000 units per month. The European market was worth 911 billion in 2018 and is expected to grow 217.5 billion through the next 4 years. This is a 3% increase annually. Next, I'm going to bring you through the recent developments. 5G is set to radically change how industries work and function. This technology is about speed, device density, and latency that can transform enterprise and industry workloads. 5G, multiple input, multiple output can improve speed, capacity, and coverage. It can be 8 times faster than the internet we have now and boost bandwidth by 5 times. It can benefit logistics as it can streamline logistics operations, improve smart inventory and warehousing, and also improve seamless fleet operations. E-commerce. Jason has briefly touched on this previously in the presentation. E-commerce has grown 3.5 trillion in this year and is projected to grow 6.64 trillion in 2022. The projection has been accelerated by COVID-19 because it has shifted consumers to online shopping and making it one of the most popular online activities worldwide. Next, I'm going to pass it to you, who's going to go through the introduction to the firm.
Thanks for that, Sean. I'm just going to bring you through a quick introduction to the firm, XPO. So XPO Logistics provides global transportation and logistics services to companies in every major industry. They were established in 1989 as Express One Expedite Solutions, but decided to change their name in 2011 to XPO. They felt that name was too long. Total operating expenses for 2019 amounted to 15.8 billion US dollars, with total revenue of around 16.7 billion. So they actually made a profit that year. They currently employ around 100,000 employees. So next, I'm just going to go through some services that are offered by XPO. So they're a global provider of supply chain solutions. The company operates in 2 segments. So there's the transportation segment. So this is providing freight brokerage, which is like last mile delivery, full truckload, less than truckload, and global forwarding services. And then there's their logistics sector. So this is where they come up with customized solutions, value-added warehousing, cold chain solutions, and other inventory solutions. Cold chain solutions would be like having to have a temperature-controlled van for products that need to be a certain temperature when being delivered. So next, I'm going to pass you on to Dylan, who's going to go through some geographical locations with you.
Thanks, Hugh. I'll be taking you through the geographical locations, the recent results, and then I'll move on to the SWOT analysis. So, as of 2019, XPO had 1,540 locations spread across 30 different countries. So you can see on the map in front of you, there's a heavy concentration of outlets in North America and in Central Europe. This is due to the high demand of delivery services here. So on the map, you can also see they have outlets across the world, all the way over to Japan on the right-hand side of your screen, to Peru on the left. They have 4 locations in the Republic of Ireland and then a further 2 up in the north. So recent results. Their revenue increased from 4.14 billion in the fourth quarter of 2019 to 4.67 billion in the fourth quarter of 2020. Their operating income also increased. So what is this? This is the amount of profit earned from a firm's business operations after deducting operating expenses such as wages and cost of goods sold. And this figure increased from 202 million to 228 million. Now, in the logistics sector, their revenue rose to 1.76 billion, topping the 1.56 billion the same period a year prior. XPO believed this was due to the strong demands in the e-commerce sector, hiking up delivery. So now we'll move on to the SWOT analysis. Now, first we have distribution and reach. So as you saw on the map earlier, they have many outlets across the world, allowing them to deliver to a large number of customers. The many outlets they have provides them with a strong distribution network, allowing them to deliver to all their customers in an efficient and timely manner. Next, we have diversity. With the different outlets across the globe, it provides a broader range of ideas brought towards the company from the different cultures and the different backgrounds. So this allows them to adapt to all the different markets that they work in. Next, we have customer satisfaction. So XPO Logistics has a customer relationship department, allowing them to provide a high level of customer satisfaction to customers. And this promotes a healthy image to new potential clients. They have a strong social media presence with thousands of followers on the big three platforms being Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. They have a high level of customer engagement on these platforms as well. And then finally, patents. So XPO have patented and trademarked certain ideas in their business. So this gives them exclusivity over competitors and then resulting in an edge over competitors. An example of this is a certain packaging technique, which they've patented so that competitors can't copy. Thanks for listening. So I'll pass you on to Jason now for the weaknesses.
Thank you, Dylan. I'm now going to discuss some of the weaknesses of XPO Logistics transport operations. To begin, XPO Logistics have a high attrition rate. Compared to other organizations in the industry, XPO Logistics has a higher attrition rate and has to spend a lot more money on training and developing their employees compared to other companies. XPO Logistics are also very poor at financial planning. It is not done properly and efficiently. The current asset ratio and liquid asset ratio suggests that the company can use the cash more efficiently than what it is doing at the present time. XPO Logistics are also poor at product demand forecasting. This leads to a higher rate of missed opportunities in comparison to their competitors. This then results in high inventory levels in-house and in-channel, e-commerce backlogs, and rising delivery demands. As more people are staying at home, the demand for home delivery has rapidly increased and has put pressure on XPO Logistics. XPO Logistics has only just begun to handle their e-commerce business strategy over recent years. This has resulted in a big weakness of theirs. We're now going to pass on to Sean, who's going to discuss the opportunities.
Thank you, Jason. Since 2011, XPO Logistics have had an aggressive mergers and acquisition project. They have been successful as they've made 19 deals worth 7.5 billion. This included two major buyouts in 2015, which included France-based third-party logistics Norberta Strangle worth 3.53 billion. These strategic moves were to influence their market share in Europe. Again, in 2015, they purchased Conway for 3 billion. This was one of the top less than truckload providers in North America. This strengthened their market share in this region also, and today it stands at 26.72%. In 2018, Nestlé, the global leader in food and drink, partnered with XPO Logistics to co-create a 638 square foot distribution centre in the United Kingdom. This centre will be a testing ground for XPO technology and a national hub for Nestlé products. The aim is to build a digital ecosystem with state-of-the-art automation, predictive data, and storage systems to create the most advanced distribution management sector. Go Outdoors has been in JD Sports Fashion Public Limited company since 2016. XPO Logistics is integrating the two companies to create an efficient supply chain, and XPO have established 353 square foot distribution centre that will incorporate the three existing centres that they have. This will create a multi-channel supply chain from one centre of excellence. Next, I'm going to show you an XPO Logistics warehouse that they use automation in. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed that video. Due to exponential growth over the last decade through mergers and acquisitions, XPO and its shareholders are considering selling some parts of the corporation. North America has become their main focus because of the increase in deals. In 2019 alone, there was $47 billion worth of deals made in the logistics sector. XPO wants to significantly reduce their debt and capital to focus on LTLs. XPO are considering selling some companies in North America, Europe, and the Asia Pacific regions. The recent e-commerce boom has strengthened their idea to heavily invest in LTLs. The image on the right here shows a clear picture of the goal that the XPO Corporation set to achieve. Thank you, and I'm going to pass you on to you for the threats.
Thanks for that, John. I'm going to go through some threats today. I've done a whole slide on Amazon because they're an up-and-coming logistics company that are providing a big threat to companies like XPO. So Amazon have invested $60 billion since 2014 on building new fulfillment warehouses, leasing airplanes, and buying delivery vans. The retailer now delivers over 50% of their own packages, and they're trying to get that figure to 100% as soon as possible. The more Amazon grows, the higher negative impact it'll have on other logistics firms such as XPO. So that other 50% of packages that Amazon don't deliver, they hire firms like XPO to deliver them. So as Amazon deliver more of their packages, XPO will lose more and more business. As Amazon grow, they may compete more aggressively with Amazon shipping service by delivering orders from other online retailers. So this means that Amazon will start delivering for other companies, not just themselves. Now going on to growing shipping costs. So fuel accounts for 21% of carrying costs, and it's been growing steadily. There's also a lack of qualified drivers. This is not due to lack of drivers, as there's the highest number of trucker drivers ever. It's due to a lack of demand being met by the drivers. So there's more deliveries than ever, and there's just not enough drivers to keep up. However, despite this, a few younger workers are entering the workforce. So XPO have had to raise wages to attract more drivers. I'll show you a graph showing the shortage of drivers now. So as you can see, in 2017, there was around 60,000 shortage of drivers. And by 2026, they predict there could be 160,000 shortage. So this is a huge problem for XPO. And could be a very big threat for them in the future. I'll now move on to the conclusion. So in conclusion, XPO is one of the most successful logistics companies in North America and the rest of the world. They're still innovating and competing with current competition, despite the trouble they have endured. They provide many services in logistics and transportation. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.